confirm that they do?
Yes, they do.
Thank you. Let's go to page 18. There is a document in the letterhead of Kenya Police Service. What is that document?
Request for security, Honorable Mwangaza, MP, Meru County.
Do you confirm that the contents of that letter indicate that Rose is an officer employed by Kenya Police Service?
Yes.
You do?
Yes, I do.
So it is then not right to try and distort facts and purport that the governor has employed her sisters in the county government.
There is no way in the motion that I've indicated that the governor has employed Rose in the county government of Meru.
Does the governor have a right to have a bodyguard of her choice?
Yes, she has.
Does the governor have a right to have a PA of her choice?
Yes, she does.
So there is nothing wrong for the governor to have two of her sisters serving as a governor and a security. That is what you're confirming.
Of which I have not alleged so.
You have no problem with that?
I have no problem with that.
Thank you. So then, if these two officers, who you have no problem serving in their capacities, are seen to do duties that are done by other PAs, by other security officers, would you have a problem?
None whatsoever.
None whatsoever. Thank you. You have sensationally claimed that funds have been embezzled by the governor through her sisters and relatives. In your notice of motion for impeachment, is there anywhere where one Edwin Mutuma Murangeri is seen to receive money for and behalf of the governor? In your notice of motion for impeachment, is there anywhere?
Come again?
Is there anywhere in your notice of motion for impeachment where Edwin Mutuma is seen receiving money for and behalf of the governor?
No.
No?
Yes.
So when you said that the governor was embezzling funds through one of our relatives called Edwin Mutuma Murangeri, you lied.
Edwin Mutuma Murangeri is not a relative in isolation. The other relatives who have been...
I am specifically asking about one relative, Edwin Mutuma. Is there anywhere in the IFMIS or anywhere in your evidence where Mutuma Edwin receives money?
No.
No. So then you lied when you said that this gentleman, number one, was related to the governor, and number two, that he was used to embezzle funds.
No.
You did not lie.
Yes.
Let us go to Nefat Kenywa. In which office is Nefat Kenywa, who we have confirmed is not the husband to Miriam, serve? In which office does he serve?
He was designated to serve in the office of the deputy governor.
The deputy governor.
Then later he was also appointed in an acting capacity as the director external leakages.
You confirm that the letter appearing at page 345 shows the position which Mr. Nefat Kenywa serves. .345 of our documents. You confirm that fact?
Yes.
You confirm. Which position is he offered at the office of the deputy governor?
As at 8th September 2022, he was offered the position of an administrator in the office of the governor.
Administrator, office of the governor.
Yes.
Now, your own evidence And before we go to your own evidence, Mr. Mawera, you do not have a background in finance, do you?
No.
You do not. You also have not trained in auditing or accounting.
Yes.
So then your interpretation and application of figures, finance, is that of an amateur. We agree, just like me. It is not the opinion of an expert.
It is not, but
it is not an opinion of an expert.
It is not, but for this motion, we consulted our financial experts in the assembly.
Your financial experts, have they filed a report?
Sorry?
Your financial experts, have they filed a report?
No.
As a matter of fact, you have a finance committee.
Yes.
Did the finance committee generate a report touching on the usage of funds that you have talked about today?
They sought a clarification from the CCM Finance, who declined to avail the same to the assembly.
Mr. Mawera, you have provided an extract of IFMIS.
Yes.
That is what you've relied on to show that the governor has embezzled funds.
Of course, yes, because there was no alternative source of information since the CCM Finance refused, after a request from the assembly, to give a clarification.
So are you impeaching the governor because you did not get a clarification, or because you are convinced that the governor embezzled funds?
Of course, if we are aware, you hold information that is helpful to this matter, and if the contrary, you decline to give the same information, then we infer that whatever you have is true.
So you inferred?
Yes.
There was no conclusive determination that there was embezzlement of funds. We should be clear on that.
There was never a contrary opinion from the governor's office.
No contrary opinion. Neither was there any confirmation. Isn't it?
From who?
From an expert? From a committee of the House? From the Auditor General?
The committee requested for information so that they can make a conclusion from the CCM Finance, who declined to give that information that they have, and they have that information with them.
Thank you. As the Controller of Budget flagged any of the entries as being inappropriate?
It is not the duty of the Controller of Budget.
As the Controller of Budget, to the best of your knowledge, flagged any of those? There is a report that came out last week. Was any of the expenditures flagged out, to the best of your knowledge?
Flagged out on what?
On misappropriation of funds.
The Controller of Budget does it flag.
Was there or was there any flagging of any expenditure as being misappropriate or not?
I'm saying the Controller of Budget doesn't flag misappropriation of funds.
Honorable Evans, please proceed to answer the question as asked.
Well done, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Mawera, I also want you to confirm that the basis of your claim for embezzlement of county funds and withdrawal of county funds is based on a complaint by one Celestio Mutuma. You have relied heavily on that complaint.
Yes, because the complaint was addressed to the Assembly through a petition, in form of a petition.
Was it addressed to the Assembly or to the EACC?
It was addressed to different bodies, even the Senate has a copy, and also the copy was sent to the Assembly.
And we look at the document appearing at page 1 of your own exhibits, volume 2, Honorable Senators. Page 1. To whom is that complaint addressed?
Come again?
To whom is that complaint addressed?
The CEO, Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission.
EACC.
Yes.
Is that the body by statute and constitution mandated to investigate corruption?
Corruption, yes.
Has there been any report or response, to the best of your knowledge, to that complaint?
I'm not aware of any.
You're not aware. Is a complaint in itself conclusive as evidence of misappropriation and embezzlement of funds?
Because there was no contrary information
Is
given.
it a conclusive evidence of misappropriation?
No.
When was that complaint raised?
August
11th of August. That date is very crucial, Mr. Mawira. Let us go specifically to funds received by the so-called governor's relatives. I want you to go to page 52 of our bundle of exhibits. Actually, just move on to page 54. There is a letter there. Yes?
Yes.
That letter is by whom?
Nchamba Bede Harrison Gitonga.
What does the letter request? Facilitation for whom?
The foreign officers, my copy is not clear.
Your copy is not clear?
Yeah, but I can see from the names that have been indicated, we
Yes.
have His Excellency Reverend Isaac Mutuma, Nefat Kinywa, Francis Mukira, and Christopher Getonga.
You confirm that the facilitation requested in that letter have nothing to do with the governor. In fact, they were to facilitate a trip by His Excellency the Deputy Governor.
Yes.
That is what you flagged out at page 19 to 25 of your complaint. Confirm that is the position. Are we together?
Page?
Page 19 to 25
Of which bundle?
of your bundle, your own bundle.
19.
Yes. Sorry, page 12.
I'm on page 12.
Let's go back to page 55. What appears at page 55 of our documents?
We have a list of names and money and days and amount paid.
Who were paid?
Isaac Mutuma, Nefat Kinywa, Francis Mukira, and Christopher Getonga.
You have specifically flagged out invoice number 69116. In your extract of IFMIS.
On page?
A minute. I need time to reorganize my thoughts on that. Let me proceed on another issue as I do that. I'll revisit that issue, but for now, let's proceed to the issue of the Okolea program. You have accused the governor of using county funds and resources for the Okolea program.
Yes.
Have you produced any evidence before Senate to show that indeed funds and other county resources are being used to promote Okolea programs?
Yes, we have done that by playing a video and also going through a charge sheet.
A charge sheet.
For members who are employees of the public, persons who are employees of the county government.
Let us look at that video once again. What was the name of that video, the one that you played?
Video support of Count 1.
And you play that video? That is the video that you claim is evidence of use of county funds and resources.
Yes.
Now, Mr. Mawira, we watched this video. I do not want to eat all my time watching it again. What is it specifically you picked from that video as evidence of use of county resources and funds?
The video is in support of the sworn affidavit by a police officer that is before a competent court of law that there were county government vehicles that were stoned during the aftermath of that rally.
I have asked you a very specific question. You have produced a video before the Senate as confirmation of use of county resources and funds. In that video, what is it that you pick out that supports your claim of use of public funds?
Stoning of vehicles which are part of county resources.
Wait a minute, I am struggling to understand.
Towards the head, the video can play. Towards the head of the video.
This is your evidence, Mr. Mawira. You want the Senate to rely on that clip as evidence of use of public funds. And I'm asking you a simple question. In that video, is there anything that proves use of public funds? It's a yes or no?
Honorable Speaker, that cannot be a yes or no question because it's not an isolated evidence.
Let us look at the much relied upon affidavit by the investigating officer.
Sorry?
Let us look at the affidavit by the investigating officer. That is the one appearing at page 45 of your bundle of documents, volume 2. Is that the one? Is that the one?
Page 45, yes.
Specifically, paragraph 8 of that affidavit?
Yes.
What does that paragraph read?
That the respondents and their group damaged several motor vehicles belonging to the county government of Meru and for some individuals. Registration numbers KAX 574, I don't know if that is VOY, and KCB 845F.
This is an event that was covered by media, right?
Yes.
Is there any single video, any single picture or photo of a government vehicle in that function?
We have seen vehicles being stolen in that video.
Is there any photo of a government vehicle?
Under the circumstances, it might have been hard to capture exactly a government vehicle, but we have seen from the clip vehicles being stoned and some in the form of government vehicles that are used by the
simple answer is that there is no evidence to support that assertion that government vehicles were present. Yes or no?
From the video?
From your evidence, Mr. Mawira, you are the one who seeks the government.
And the sworn affidavit here has clearly indicated that government vehicles were destroyed during the mayhem.
What county motor vehicles were destroyed?
They are not captured by the affidavit that we are relying on, that was made by a competent police officer.
Kindly go to page 352 of our bundle of documents. 352 and 353. Are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
There is an official search of from the Register of Motor Vehicles.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
To whom is the motor vehicle KAX 574Y registered?
It's registered under the name Walangula.
Pardon?
It's registered under the name Walangula.
That is an individual, a private citizen.
Yes.
To whom is motor vehicle KCB 845F registered at page 353?
The Lewa Wildlife Conservancy.
Lewa?
Wildlife Conservancy.
So again, that is not the county government of Meru.
I have not alleged so.
Mr. Mawira, you have been part and parcel of the Okolea program. Am I right?
Only once.
Only once.
Yes.
Which date was that? Was You can post there. I want to combine that video with 1C in our list of videos. Kindly play 1C.
Yesu asifiwe. Gavana wetu na watu wengine bonde, Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Nisalimie mahali ulipo. Bwana sana. Wanda kawandie MKMC wa Bogota West na Baruguru. Na ande bana batu gingatete kanyuma ibaije itoiketie gavana tiru. Lakini na ande nindo nokire. Na umasauru na ande ndaba Paulo. Ndio wasema nani ongeza MK Paulo ana ndio ndio ya mama na toa kitu monoto kera watoka le opposition angana ndeto ni opposition bana pera tuite opposition moge ile Nairobi na watu nyaki Ruto ende na haja mero president wetu alato uitakage na wiki ya ndio tuite opposition watu wana siko kile sindoe Nani yali ndio gwani na uga mimi sasa kishwa mimi sitawekwa uoga gavana kawe anga mo support leo kutokanya no ete antune itekia boge tanete hakunye andoma boge taiba ina imani nani na wewe ina imani na decision ya how support kawe na wewe ina imani na kawe na ndio kwa watu kwa na kuma tukinga kuingia breaks amo anatera kumi bila mbele tio mbakwa ngoinwa bakaba nere dia yaba kule mwa nyona mtu akiongea na akagerio indira utiomba wakoongea komi ge koneka ibo wote kia koneka bani wengine ndio wala kuya komi ge koneka hapo kwa wale temesa boidaza baba kweta Facebook bagekera no bakawangabana nani batire mwakweza na leo oboteza na lenge nande ke no unyoroka na aja mporo wambele ya ndoa na munya oga munya no moena waja wa ugakira ito no moena wa kawera no moena ene nande oboterere kira su chomba runa bani tikiraga na bana to kudura to ne no gaita ngogi basale ngomwete na to ka primary akolega nande no kawera ngene na we mboro asiende akira na kawera meaga koni gala akarira na nyato mbako ameandika tibe endelea ukaro wako wala atakwenda kuma akala meaga ya koni ainge mato ana amemero atakungi no tokela na wija ngi na leo nenda jirani ne kavanga ya ndaka sema hapo tuko naona kajo nyo na leo kwa wewe kebele akalenge bwana na boka unaira ibana na wakuga mboro ahende na wakale naona imelevia ona kuga badi vya masai eto ngale kirande kirekera anga abunge bakenya kulingana na wajaro wana performance ndani ya bunge ate gotioneke tenyo mamero gotetera meru beje nkandikera kwero to kuga nguru beje majani ke kutoka na ala Mombasa to kuga ngere majani jalo mira 120 na maja lefte otoko gamba ina ngeba latina utela ibere wakobia website anga oversight angekawira bategete na ungi otoko kuonekana ya kukinyoma itotetari hawa iketo kudinyake batira ne mama temu ngiba to baba iketo kwa kamwana Nairobi kawena to itirango kito kwete na lanto na baba mtu naita ngogera aerwe ngogera kuitangoge na ya birikare ne ni toto na kiti na mama Nairobi otomo kubwe koroga Ruto no president wa Ruto na Nairobi bale ajumbe tema president wetu aja na tuto MCA mama wabo kuona kama na kawira na ndio watu na atia wao watio koroga Ruto ro batu tuendelee kukoroga kawaida. Hapana, tutembo litanguke kuleka president no tunamwenda kigina kamero na nao kega abwega tumanene atoke uno mugongo na nao twitira nguri bakwatene na MCA bonda tutongera ti majority wetu ajo mwega muno mawera na tugendera guteja miru ije na tugendera gwitanguri itwenderea kurombera mama nabo kale gito inkoro inaba gucambira na bakuruma tutonyo na tugendera go support na okore endera nawe bakwajwa afyaje wagwifera nayo dada.
Thank you. Mr. Mawera, you were present in that function, clearly. We can see you from the video.
Yes, I was present.
And one of the MCAs is speaking in that video.
Yes.
What is the name of that MCA?
Honorable Kyogora Dennis.
An MCA from which ward? Which county?
Abogeta West.
Mr. DMK raises pertinent issues about Okolea and the leaders of Meru and the threats that the governor is facing in respect of Okolea and her programs. Is that true or false?
Mr. DMK is only indicating that there's no problem the governor continuing the Okolea program at that moment.
At that moment?
Yes.
Let us go to video number 20, rather KMV 20 of our documents.
Yenkerie MC Ruto Mawera atuwe na marombo. Nigirani MC Ruto Mawera yenkerie kuno. Natrombeni. Ewa kwanga ni mtura moyo. Mwana uombele bine yeduro. Uombela bila viona wana bila viona mwa. Raja mwadanya jubele mtamela kwa jaku mwadanya jubele hapa.
Nanti aku ndongo nangoja nanje kwa na kanisa kwa mchungaji ni bwana na mbona unaanza kila kilaunike bila kilaunike maana wewe bila kilauni ya kanisa bwana sifiwe itobiria ukwana kiani megeke kinyama ikiele mkwani leo kinyama kuele tukinyeke kinyangarire ya ndega kinye itobira byonda tukaega na bote kimoteleke bikani kiriho inkwenda gushokeria ashora bakwa bombekano barabona ndi okorera bantu kiriho naru akarukire muntu uri ombukirie gitandene ni mheshimiwa wa Mtura yeje ivanziwe Mheshimiwa Evans Mawera alingalingela mwali kama pena mbelembeta kanisani aleta shilingi mwamwe ngiri ezanyale mwela ambera kinyawaga ungere ekera ngalisia kumuta kinyawaga ungere ongera mwengiti ya wajuju nari ngalingo kanya
Mwambere na tubara makameme mweke mwega na watini watini. Murandi joni Okolea. Maati ite tukuruka ya maji tira itangu kinde na kaunti ya Meru. Kaunti Assembly ya Meru na mikagia mungi kima majority ninda. Na ikwenda kukonfamu na kutujira na wekira kirore utesi ngiginye mwe kwa kurukia ya mbense chedikari kenda ya murandi ya Okolea. Wao kuria kuradi jwa Okolea kiuria aliuria manto ya mundu kiumbe kuradi jwa gavana Kawira Mwangaza na familia yawe na kanisa yawe na hicho na robo kwa tote kwa ne mando mengeja serikali mundu naru muradi jwa lingi biankia jwa lingi bia mundu ya nyoperi jwa lingi bia ndora bayo mabati otindi vitora to amirengeti oro kuma na makokomo aja na oro kuma na matris na mando ya kanisa wasa Tugira mwini kukwere ndokunga hake kama nari ngini omungu ora kuumba na ndio ro kutinda kuone kiuri Okolea nete arete biawe na family yawe na antupao engari ngibi antupangia sisa sawa ogiura kyo kukuba nande ukagita mutotita kuingiria murandi jokolea uria bioria bya mbesinyo kinyo cha dirikali namba 2 wasibwa gavana nonto odenga bana ndio kinyantorezi uria ndo baibangurite miaka itano ile rangirire nezi itano yeto ile kumeli kwa sana na odenga bana ndio kinyikia kuguru haja
Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Mawira, that was as recent as 13th of August 2023, correct?
Yes.
13th of August 2023.
Yes.
Confirm that you are hosting.
Yes, it was in my ward.
That was in your ward. The governor says that you woke her up with a donation of 100,000 to support Okolea program, to fuel her vehicles and to buy the donations. Is that what she says?
Yes, because the program was coming to my ward, so I opted to support.
You opted to support. You also, in your speech, I heard saying that it is the county assembly that passes budgets, and there is no budget allocation that has been given to Okolea program. Is that right?
That is true.
Is that still your position today, that no county funds have been budgeted or used by the Okolea program?
You see, what we have alleged for in the motion is that county government resources were used. There is no specific money or budgetary allocation for vehicles to go, government vehicles to go for rallies and employees to participate in private charities. So that is my allegation.
You are also a public officer, to my best understanding.
Yes,
so are you then wrong to have participated in that private charity organization and program?
I participated because it was in my ward. I was hosting the governor of Meru, whom I'm not prohibited from accompanying. And also at that point, because it's a point when you are seeking peace so that we can forge a working relationship with the governor, therefore that is what made me to be there, and I supported my individual capacity or personal capacity.
So then if the program goes to another ward and not your ward, that is when you have a problem. If it comes to your ward, you can support it. If it goes to another ward, it's
I have not indicated so.
The video that we first played, and there's a reason why I wanted it played first. Again, the governor was visiting your ward.
Yes, she was there to commission a bridge that had been constructed using funds budgeted for in the previous regime.
Confirm that was on 2nd of August 2023.
Thereabout.
Yes. Confirm that in your speech, you're saying that the governor is facing threats and fights from other leaders, and that you're going to protect her because she's a performer.
I indicated that oversight role shouldn't be used to play politics. That is what indicated in the video, and saying that it is the role of the county assembly to first, or it is the first in line to play the oversight role for the county government of Meru.
You are also on record praising the governor for the numerous projects in your ward.
Yes, I ran a list of projects that have been brought to my ward through the governor, or the support of the governor that day.
So, Mr. Mawira, what problem do you have with the governor in terms of our Okolea program, specifically?
Conflicting usage of government resources and private charity. That
government resources that
was subject to a previous impeachment process in this house.
Government resources that you are unable to produce any evidence in support of.
I've indicated the evidence in my...
And to my last question on the Okolea program, all Okolea programs are done on Sundays. Am I right?
Yes.
Sunday is not a working day.
Yes.
There is no government employee who works on Sunday.
That's true.
So if someone chooses to then participate in a charitable organization on a Sunday, would that be wrong despite them being government officers?
It will be wrong.
You have seen politicians go to churches on Sundays and make their donations.
Yes.
Is there anything wrong with that?
Nothing wrong.
Thank you. You have also accused the governor of nepotism and related practices. And to support that charge, you have accused the governor of fraudulently misrepresenting our relatives as technical team. I'm talking about the China trip.
Yes.
You did confirm to this house that Miriam is the governor's PA.
Yes, and also her sister.
And also her sister. You also confirmed that Rose is the governor's bodyguard.
Yes, and
or
also
security.
her sister.
Do you confirm that these two officers, by virtue of their offices, travel with the governor? By virtue of their offices, have to be where the governor is?
Outside the country?
Do you confirm that the governor is supposed to be accompanied by the PA and a bodyguard when she travels in and outside the country?
Yes, but Rose is not the only bodyguard to the governor.
Rose is the security to the governor?
Not the only one. Not the only one.
Rose is a security attached to the governor?
Yes.
Whether bodyguard or not?
Yes, but not the only one.
But not the only one. So you confirm there is nothing wrong with the governor's security and the PA accompanying her for any trip, either local or foreign?
Yes, I confirm.
Yes, you confirm. Let us go to the impugned letter of invitation. The one that appears at page 68 of your own document. 60 of your own document. It's volume 2. of volume 2 of the County Assembly's document. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Thank you. The invitation is to the governor. Correct?
Correct.
That letter does not dictate who the governor travels with. Does it?
It doesn't.
It doesn't. That letter also confirms at the second last paragraph that all the expenses relating to the trip will be covered by the company making the invitation.
Yes, it is indicated.
Including accommodation and tickets. Yes?
Yes.
You also confirm that to the best of your knowledge, no per diems were paid by the county government of Meru to facilitate this trip.
I can confirm, neither allege.
You have no evidence to show that any of the persons who traveled were paid per diems by the county assembly, by the
Yes,
county
because
government.
I'm not alleged so.
Your main issue is that the governor misrepresented her relatives as the technical team.
That is true.
And by that, you're relying on the letter appearing at page 68 of your document.
A letter from the county secretary and end of public service.
Yes. So we first confirm that it is not the governor who wrote that letter.
It is the county secretary of the county government of Meru.
It is not the governor who wrote
Yes.
that letter.
So the
use of
invitation letter was addressed to the governor.
It is not the governor who wrote that letter, Mr. Mawira.
Yes.
Thank you.
But the invitation, I'm saying yes, but
It's
the
a simple answer,
invitation
Mr.
letter.
Mawira. A simple answer, it is not the governor. It is the county secretary who describes the following persons as the technical team. The
Yes.
four people: Dr. George Mungania,
Yes.
Miriam Gwantai,
Yes.
Nefat Kenywa,
Yes.
Mr. Murangeri.
Yes.
First of all, Mr. Nefat, we have confirmed, is not a relative to the governor. She is not married to the sister.
I have not confirmed that.
There is no evidence. In fact, we have proved that she is not. There is no evidence to counter that, isn't it? Yes or no, Mr. Mawira?
Sorry?
There is no evidence to counter the evidence that we produce to
If
show
it is
that.
the public domain, it's public knowledge.
Thank you.
Honorable Evans, let me just remind you that you're under oath. And you swore to say that, to speak the truth, nothing but the truth.
Obliged, Honorable Speaker.
Mr. Mawega, the first paragraph of that letter appearing at page 68 speaks of the object of this trip.
On page?
68. Let me read for you. Following the invitation of the governor of Meru by Beijing League Tech Co. Limited of Beijing City, the following technical team is hereby released from 7th June to 17th June 2023 to prepare and guide on the following. Is it your understanding that this team was only meant to visit and prepare and guide on the visit? This was actually not the actual visit, Mr. Mawera. Is that letter clear on what the county secretary is communicating?
Come again?
I am asking you, the letter appearing at page 68, the first paragraph confirms the purpose for which these 4 people were traveling, to prepare and guide on the following.
Yes.
So this then was an advanced team to prepare for the visit.
It is not indicated so.
Read the last line in that paragraph 1, where it begins, the following technical team. What does it say?
It says,
Yes.
to prepare and guide on the following, and it goes ahead to list the specifics.
Following, proceed. Read the letter as it is. Do not rewrite the letter, Mr. Mawera. What does the letter say? The following technical team is hereby
Released from 7th June to 17th June 2023 to prepare and guide on the following. 1. Visit.
To prepare and guide. To prepare and guide, Mr. Mawera.
Yes, those are the ones.
Thank you. You have accused the governor of misrepresenting the capacities under which these people were traveling. I want you to look at the letter appearing at page 77. First of all, the page appearing at page 68. What is the date of that letter?
It's dated on 6th May.
6th May. There is another letter dated, rather appearing at page 77 of the same document. What is the date of that letter?
Page?
77.
6th June.
6th June. That letter comes after the first letter.
Yes.
Now, we have the same people again described and their capacity under which they are traveling stated in that table. Can you see that?
Yes.
What is the designation and definition of Dr. George Mungania?
CCM Health.
Is Dr. Mungania CCM Health?
Yes, he is.
Is there any misrepresentation by the county secretary towards that individual?
None.
None. The second individual is Miss Miriam K. Gwantai. She described in what capacity?
As the PA to the governor.
The PA to the governor. Again, is Miriam the PA to the governor?
Yes, she is.
Is there any misrepresentation in their definition?
In their title designation, none.
None. Mr. Nefat Kenyomeme is the director of external linkages. True or false?
At that point, he was the acting director.
Thank you. Of external linkages.
Yes.
Is there any misrepresentation, okay, of the capacity under which he was traveling?
For his designation, no.
Mr. Murangeri Kenneth is said to be in the administration. Murangeri is part of the security of the governor. True or false?
Sorry?
Mr. Kenneth Murangeri is part of the governor's security detail.
Yes, he is part.
So when he is described as part of the administration, is there any misrepresentation?
Yes.
How so?
He is a police officer, security officer.
Mr. Murangeri, in fact, is an administration officer employed by the AP.
But it ought to have been clearly indicated in administration police.
Let me rephrase my question. You said that the governor's relatives were misrepresented
As a technical team.
as a technical team on matters health.
Yes.
Is there anywhere in this letter where they are?
Yes, because they are
Describe
not
a-
technical personnel in matters relating to cancer.
Show me in any of the letters, Mr. Mawera, where any of these 4 individuals, apart from the first person, Dr. George Mungania, is described as a medical personnel.
I show you what? Sorry?
Anywhere in the letters in respect of the China trip where any of these 4 individuals have been misrepresented as people with health qualification or
In a
health
letter
professionals. Yes.
on page 68 from the county secretary to the principal secretary, State Department of Devolution, the county secretary designates them as a technical team to visit LUNAC Oncology Plant for the manufacture of radiologic unit for cancer treatment, also the X-ray unit assembly plant and C-arm units, low-cost affordable housing company with a capacity of 10,000 units in line with Meru County government plan for low economy housing, Futong guided agricultural machinery development and value addition tools as noted in the university, sorry, to be visited, and what international cooperation of zone, whatever the name, zone, that name can offer Kenya, and then they are designated as a technical team, whereas none has a background knowledge in either cancer treatment, construction or agriculture.
Mr. Mawera, the letter of 6th June has confirmed what the use and meaning of the word technical is.
Which letter?
They have been defined.
Which letter?
The one dated 6th of June. We have just gone through it.
Yes.
You have also told the Senate that the governor did not seek clearance for this trip. Therefore, she had no intentions of traveling. Is that still your position?
Yes, there is no other that it is indicated so.
Let's go straight to page 86 of your own documents, Mr. Mawera. There is a letter there dated 5th June 2023. Are we there?
Yes, I'm there.
To whom is the letter addressed?
The Principal Secretary, Minister of Foreign Affairs.
What is the reference of that letter?
Facilitation to travel to China, County Government of Meru.
Who are the persons whose clearance is sought from the Ministry of Devolution, from the Department of Devolution? Number 1, there is a table there. Who is that person?
Her Excellency Kawira Mwangaza, Governor.
Number 2,
Dr. George Mungania,
capacity.
CCM Health.
Number 3,
Ms. Miriam K. Gwantai, PA to Governor.
number 4,
Mr. Nefat Kenya Meme, Director External Linkages.
number 5.
Mr. Murangiri, Kenya Administration.
So then you lied to the Senate when you said that the governor had not sought clearance. Is this seeking clearance to the best of your understanding and knowledge?
Sorry?
Does this letter seek clearance for the governor's travel to China?
In that letter that was from that came from the office of the Principal Secretary, Ministry, State Department for Devolution, but from the letter on page 77,
I am interested in the letter appearing at page 86. Does the governor seek clearance for the China trip?
she is in that list.
Does she seek clearance? Yes or no?
Let me read the contents of the letter. We have received it's about facilitation to travel to China, County Government of Meru. We have received a request from County Government of Meru via letter, that one dated 26th May. If I refer to the letter that is dated 26th May, there is nowhere that the governor is included in the list of the members to
Mr.
travel.
Mawera, we cannot read and understand. I am asking you a simple question. Does that letter of 5th of June 2023 seek the governor's clearance to travel?
The letter was about facilitation of issuance of visas, not clearance to travel.
To a trip to China?
Yes.
Thank you. Have you read the affidavit of George Mungania, Gikunda Mungania, appearing at page 100 of our response? The small blue booklet. Are you there, Mr. Mawera?
I'm there.
Page 100.
Yes.
Confirm that George Gikunda Mungania is the CECM Health.
I confirm.
Confirm that he's part of the team that traveled to China.
I confirm.
Confirm that in that affidavit, he is deponing facts in respect of the China trip.
I believe so.
Have you read that response?
Yes.
You have. At paragraph 4, it says that I was among a team invited to China by Beijing League Tech Company Limited, while the letter dated that the team comprised of 7 individuals, namely, and he lists them. I jump straight to page 14.
Page?
Page 102.
Paragraph 14.
In fact, I would love you to read that paragraph for the Senate.
That we further made a peculiar discovery that Beijing League Company Limited was not affiliated to the Chinese government, nor did it have any physical registered offices in China.
15.
Further, while in China, we were taken through a tour by officials of Beijing League Tech Company Limited to several manufacturing plants as follows. And he has listed Huawei.
You have to read all that.
Yes.
Can we proceed to paragraph 17 appearing at 103?
That all these discoveries were made in the course of our reconnaissance mission in China.
Now, Mr. Mawera, this is the person who traveled to China,
Yes.
made their own investigations and discoveries. They confirm, okay, that the people who invited them, they do not manufacture, neither do even have a physical address in China.
According to the sworn affidavit.
Do you have any other evidence to the contrary?
Of what happened in China, maybe the videos that we played here, that they visited different manufacturing plants in China.
Yes, but the gentleman who traveled and had the benefit of meeting the individuals in China confirms, one, that these people do not have any affiliation with the Chinese government.
I said according to the sworn affidavit, yes.
Yes. That again, that whereas they represented themselves as people who were affiliated with the government, do not even manufacture or own these equipments. That is in the affidavit.
I don't know where they misrepresented themselves, because according to the invitation letter, there's no that they have indicated they are government agency.
That letter is there. We will address it during our submissions. I want you to read paragraph 18 by a person who traveled to China on why they traveled to China. Read for the Senate.
That the invitation letter did not in any way describe the invitees as a technical team, therefore they cannot be described as such. In furtherance to this, the team that was selected to make the pre-visit was an advanced team tasked with the sole responsibility of assessing the situation on the ground in China before the governor's visit.
So, Mr. Mawera, does this confirm, okay, the letter by the county assembly that this was an advanced team?
The letter by?
The county secretary, that this was indeed an advanced team to assess and prepare for the
The
visit.
county secretary described them in the letter as a technical team. There's no way that he has indicated is an advanced team.
So much of the China trip, Mr. Mawera. Let's proceed to something else. You have also accused the governor of employing, before we go to that, in a related charge, I think it's important. You have also accused the governor of assigning her relatives, sisters, diplomatic duties.
Yes.
Which relatives are we talking about?
Still her sister, the personal assistant, and her sister, the security personnel.
And to base your accusation, you have attached a Facebook extract from the governor's official page. Is that the only evidence you have attached?
On
For
page.
ease of reference, page 94, Mr. Mawera, of your own document.
Yes, it is there.
Okay. I want you to read, and I do not want to belabor on this point, the governor's message on Facebook that you seek to rely on to impeach the governor on the ground that she assigned her sister's diplomatic roles. Kindly read that post.
The county secretary delivered a message of well wishes from Governor of Meru County. They discussed various areas of development partnership. The embassy of Slovak agreeing to partner with Meru County to promote food security, environmental conservation, women empowerment, ICT, trade and economic empowerment. In the coming days, Meru County will receive a donation of 30 computers to promote ICT in vocational training colleges. The farmers will get market linkages for coffee and tea in Slovak. The county will partner with Slovak in promotion of trade, investment and tourism between the two governments. They are agreeing to strengthen bilateral partnerships between the two governments for the benefit of the people of Meru. This will see Meru receive more development aid from Slovak Republic in the coming years, enhancing partnership, maendeleo kabati, serikali ya mama iko imara, team governor ni mama doing excellent. Then there are pictures of the county secretary and the Slovak embassy officers and also of the sisters.
Good. So you have read and understood the governor's message on Facebook.
Yes.
Does she at any point assign her sisters any diplomatic roles?
They were part of the meeting.
I'm asking, from her post, from her message, has she assigned any of her sisters any diplomatic roles?
From the post, no.
From the post, no.
Yes.
The only person who is said to have engaged the ambassador is the county secretary.
But from the pictures, it's
The only person who is said from the message to
from
have
the post, yes.
from the post, yes.
Facebook post, yes.
Is there anything wrong with the county secretary engaging such a person for on behalf of the governor?
Nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong. So the only issue you have is because there are photos of the governor's PA and security.
The photos there depict the discussions as they were ongoing, whereas the two sisters are involved.
Mr. Mawera, you are not part of those discussions, were you?
The message that I'm getting from the photos.
How about the message you're getting from the governor?
Post,
Does that mean anything, Mr. Mawera?
of course it means something because it also highlights the agreements between the county government of Meru and the Slovak embassy.
Mr. Mawera, have you read the governor's affidavit in explanation to why the PA and
Yes, I've read it.
the security, the bodyguard was there?
Yes, I read it.
What does the governor say?
She was heading there,
Yes.
and then she got a call from, I don't remember if it's the office of the president or the deputy president, and then she designated this team to go ahead and engage the Slovak embassy.
Thank you. So then, if the governor was supposed to attend to this meeting, she is rerouted to State House and sends her PA and security who accompany her. Is there anything wrong with them appearing at the embassy with the county secretary?
There's no evidence induced that she was rerouted to the State House or deputy president residence.
But there is no evidence also to confirm that these two were engaged in diplomatic duties.
The pictures are there.
Indeed, Mr. Mawera, when you talk of diplomatic duties, what exactly do you have in mind?
Engaging in discussions that will link the partnership between the county government of Meru and the Slovak Republic.
Is international relations a county government function?
Not expressly so.
Thank you. Let us go to the other issue of vilification of leaders. One, Mr. Mawera, you will confirm that you are not part of those leaders that are alleged to have been vilified by the governor. You are not part of those leaders.
I've not alleged so.
You have not alleged so.
Yes.
You make a very good case for the deputy governor of Meru, showing that he has been a victim of vilification and demeaning by the governor. Is that your case?
Yes.
The deputy governor of Meru is not a witness before the Senate, is he?
He has also an affidavit.
Yes, one
And the
affidavit.
report from the Sectoral Committee on Justice and Legal Affairs that invited him to the assembly after he wrote a letter complaining that he has been excluded from cabinet meetings.
Let us talk about that letter that he wrote. When was that letter written?
The letter addressed to the Speaker, in fact, there are two letters.
The date of those letters?
30th August 2023.
30th August 2023. That
Yes.
letter appears in your list of documents. At what page?
230
230.
and 231.
Yes. When did the sectoral committee meet the deputy governor?
On Friday, 29 September 2023.
Friday, September 2023. Now, so it is just days to the impeachment motion.
Approximately 30 days after the letter was received by the Speaker.
The Speaker. Thank you. You have relied so much on WhatsApp messages
Yes.
in a group called Third Government 012.
Yes.
You are not a member of that group, are you?
I'm not.
So you're not privy to anything that happens in that group.
This was evidence placed before the County Assembly.
That's not my question, Mr. Mawera. You are not privy to what transpires in that group.
I'm private because we were given these
Mr.
screenshots.
Mawira, private means you have personal knowledge of what happened in that group. Do you have personal knowledge of what happened in this
I
group?
have personal knowledge depending on the screenshots that we received from the governor, deputy governor, sorry.
Do you have first-hand information of what transpired in this group?
No.
You have none. You have none. You have accused one Chamba Mbede of removing the deputy governor from this group. And I'm looking at a WhatsApp extract appearing at page 149 of your bundle of documents. Are we there? Are we there, Mr. Mawira?
Just a minute.
Page 149. 149.
Yes, I'm there.
You're there.
Mm.
There is a notification there saying Chamba Mbede removed you.
Yes.
Who is the you referred to in that notification?
According to the evidence brought by the deputy governor to the assembly, it was the deputy governor.
According to you, Mr. Mawira, who is the you that was removed?
It's the deputy governor.
Where is that evidence to show that it was the deputy governor removed? Does his number appear in that notification?
We
Just
have
answer the
knowledge.
question as it is. Does his number appear?
When you are removed from our WhatsApp group,
Does his number appear?
no.
Does his name appear?
No.
Mr. Mawira, the next notification is also a communication on that WhatsApp group. What is the next notification?
From Dr. Gembia, there were.
No. There is one you're ignoring deliberately, Mr. Mawira. After removal, what comes next?
You were added.
You are added.
Yes.
So there is immediate removal and immediate adding.
Yes.
Have you read the affidavit of Chamba Mbede explaining what transpired?
Yes.
What has he said?
He says it was mistaken. It was mistakenly.
He was removed by mistake. That was a mistake.
Yes.
Does adding him immediately confirm that indeed it could have been a mistake, which was realized and rectified immediately?
Through the speaker, if you allow me, I can explain, Honorable Speaker, because we have.
Honorable Evans, kindly proceed to answer those questions. Don't engage the chair. You're there to be cross-examined, so listen to the questions and respond to them appropriately.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Please come again.
I am asking, does the notification indicating you are added immediately after removal confirm the assertion by Mr. Chamba Mbede that the removal was by mistake?
Yes.
Thank you. I want us to play a video again, two videos again. The video your advocate played, I think it's KMV 15, if I'm not wrong.
Counsel, just to remind you, you
Yes.
have 30 minutes to go.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This is quite important. There is that video that was played with the Deputy Governor chanting. If we could have more volume on that video, kindly. Thank you. Mr. Mawira, you confirm that in that video is the Deputy Governor of Meru.
Yes. He's
You
there.
confirm that he is leading some youths chanting very, for lack of better words, nasty words against the governor.
He's on the front of the crowd.
He's in front of the crowd.
Yes.
You do understand Kimeru language.
I do.
Kindly tell these honorable senators what these youths were chanting, escorting the deputy governor.
From my understanding, they are saying that Kawira has no home.
Correct?
And telling Mutuma that can you refresh my brain, baby, by the playing the video. I explain as it plays.
Kindly replay the video for the witness. Yes, kindly replay the video that has just been played. You can pause now. You have now the advantage of hearing.
Yes, the
what are they saying?
crowd is chanting by saying that Kawira has no home. Kawira has no home. Kawira has no home. And I don't know how to explain.
Kindly proceed. It's quite important we hear from you, Mr. Mawera.
Do you have a transcript?
Mr. Mawera, you do understand Kimeru language.
I'm trying to put it that Maraya Ringagawa County, that means maybe she's a prostitute at the county government.
Thank you. That is the deputy governor of Meru.
No, the deputy governor is appearing in front of the crowd.
He is part of the crowd, Mr. Mawera. We can all see
Yes,
that.
yes, he is part of the crowd.
Yes. So that song is sung in his presence.
He's maybe
There is
running
also a
away from the
message.
crowd chanting that song, I don't know.
Thank you. There is also a message directed at him. What are they telling him to do?
Can we play that part?
Mr. Mawera, I think you're trying to eat into my time.
Honestly, no, but
Honorable Evans, you know that video has been played. I believe this will be the 4th time.
no, that part that he's saying they are sending a message to the deputy governor is where I want it to be played so that I can
Very well.
paraphrase in my own words.
Let it be played, that particular part where
Most
there's a message.
obliged, Honorable Speaker. You can pause there kindly.
Exact ones, because there is a popular Kimeru song that can always be distorted to give a different message.
Okay,
And that
kindly.
say, yeah,
Kindly
yeah,
proceed.
yeah.
Proceed with the video. From where it had stopped, kindly. Yes. I think Mr. Mawera, you are able to tell, honestly.
Yes, at that point I'm able to tell. They are saying, yeah, Mutuma 399. That is, Mutuma dance with us. When it gets late, we'll escort you to your home.
Mr. Mawera, I believe
Those are the exact ones.
I believe the Senate will engage their own translators.
Thank you.
But, Mr. Mawera, do you find the conduct of the deputy governor honorable? do you find the conduct of the deputy governor in that procession honorable?
I'm not able to discern because, like I said, Mutuma maybe was running away from the crowd chanting the music.
Honorable Evans, stop making assumptions. You've seen the video. You've seen what was happening. The question from council is, do you think that whatever's happening, is it honorable on the part of the deputy governor? It's yes or no?
Yes, if we did not, if we really participate in the same, yes, it is not honorable.
Thank you. The natural consequences of these proceedings, should they succeed, is that that person becomes the governor of Meru.
Yes, according to the law.
Is he a person then fit to hold office based on his conduct?
On the conduct seen on the video?
Yes, and I'm getting to the next. But even on that alone, is he a person who demonstrates the honor that befits the office of a governor?
I said if we honestly participate in the same, no.
Thank you. Mr. Mawira, let's go to the violence that took place in the nuclear program. Okay? You are aware of that incident?
Yes, I'm aware.
Which ward did they take place?
Sorry?
Which ward did they take place?
Makeri is in, is it in Kegoya and Tobochu?
Where the deputy governor comes from?
Yes.
You are aware that that violence led to the slaughter of a cow that the governor had donated.
I saw it on video circulated on social media.
Kindly let's play video number KMV 16. Honorable members, I should warn you that it's not a very pleasant video to watch, but we have no choice. You can see the cow is still alive. Right, Mr. Mawira? You can see it's kicking its legs.
It has just been slaughtered.
Thank you. I'm interested in what happens at the end, honorable senators. You can actually stop there. Thank you. That is the same song sung with the procession led by the deputy governor.
According to the video, yes.
According to the video. In fact, the people slaughtering the cow are making certain threats, and I know you've understood what they have said. Kindly tell the senators what they are saying.
They are sending threatening messages to the governor of Meru.
What specific threatening messages?
That they will slaughter the governor the same way they are slaughtering the cow.
That's what they are saying.
Yes.
So in your assessment, Mr. Mawira, between the governor and the person who seeks to remove him from office with that kind of violence, who has demonstrated gross violation and dishonor to the office?
Honorable Speaker, I'm not able to attribute this violence to the deputy governor. Therefore, I wouldn't be able to rightfully answer that question.
Mr. Mawira, you confirmed that you had seen that video before.
The one for slaughtering the cow?
Yes.
Yes.
Have you summoned the deputy governor? Have you sought to impeach the deputy governor based on his conduct?
Based on slaughtering of the cow?
Based on his conduct.
Which specific conduct?
The one we've just witnessed, Mr. Mawira.
The one of reading the chant?
Yes.
No, you have not.
You have not. Mr. Mawira, if the governor, who is a woman, is called a prostitute by her own deputy governor, if a cow is slaughtered and people from the deputy governor's backyard threaten to slaughter the same way, isn't the governor entitled to respond to such threats?
She is, of course.
So when she responds to such threats, what is gross? Her response or the act that initiated or triggered the response?
She has not responded to that. I'm not aware of that.
Not aware of that. Mr. Mawira, you have also brought evidence to show that the deputy governor has been vilified and demeaned by what you're calling arbitrary relocation of the deputy governor's office.
Yes.
I want you to go to page 227 of your own volume 2 of your evidence. Page 227, 228, and 229. Let's begin with page 227. This letter, Mr. Mawira, it is a letter communicating the organization of the office of the governor, all CECMs, and all chief officers. You confirm that is the position?
Yes.
They confirm, rather the letter confirms, that a decision has been made. And the letter is clear that in order to ensure that the departments align their roles and responsibility with the priorities and objectives set out in the governor's manifesto, there has been a reorganization of certain offices. You confirm that is
That is true.
And the deputy governor is given a wing to preside over. Okay? The old headquarters of the county government headquarters. Is that what the letter says?
Counsel,
Yes.
you have 15 minutes to go.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. So, who are listed as the other departments that the deputy governor will be in charge of?
It's not indicated that I will be in charge of, but it indicates that that old county government headquarters shall house, and then list out those other departments.
Thank you. Let's go to the second letter at page 228. So number one, then, Mr. Mawira, you confirm there is nothing arbitrary about this letter because it affected the entire executive.
It is arbitrary in the common sense that the deputy governor cannot just be moved from his office to the old government buildings by the chief of staff, who is a junior officer to the deputy governor.
Let us go to the document at page 228. It is a complaint, actually not a complaint, it's a letter, a memo, by the deputy governor to the county secretary. Okay?
Yes.
The deputy governor states at paragraph 2, my office was moved to the county government headquarters, annexed formerly Meru municipality offices. The offices that the deputy governor has been moved into is not sufficient to execute my constitutional duties. For efficiency in service delivery to the people of Meru, I request for additional offices for the following purposes. Then he lists them. Has there been any response to that letter, Mr. Mawira? At page 229.
Yes, there's a response.
What does the letter say? For the sake of time, let me read. Kindly note that we have an acute shortage of offices. However, as you may be aware, your office is the largest in terms of floor area and can be modified to create more space to facilitate you in execution of your constitutional mandate. Kindly, Your Excellency, if it pleases you, our Directorate of Office Accommodation will be available to make the adjustments as you require. Mr. Mawera, you confirm that the office that the Deputy Governor was given was indeed the offices where Governor Kiraito sat for the better part of his term.
From the letters, I can confirm, but I'm aware that that is the office that he was relocated to.
You also confirm that it is the office where Governor Munya sat throughout.
Yes.
That office was good enough for a governor and not good enough for a deputy governor. Is that what you're telling the Senate?
It was then, and that's why there were new offices brought up to accommodate the governor and the deputy governor, who then was Kiraito Muronge, and the deputy Titus Tocho moved to the new building.
Mr. Mawera, is there anything impeachable with the deputy governor being given a different office where he's in charge of departments? Is there anything impeachable?
The allegation was in support of the count on vilification, demeaning, and incitement. So it hands to the weight of the evidence.
And this was the evidence used to impeach the governor. Am I right? That
yes.
Deputy governor was given an office.
Because it was used to substantiate vilification, demeaning, and incitement.
Let's go to the ground on contempt of assembly. Mr. Mawera, you confirm that the governor was first invited to appear before the House Committee.
Yes, she was.
Which date was that? And by what letter? Go to page 48 of our response, the governor's exhibit of documents. Page 48.
I'm there.
That letter is the one dated 6th of October 2023, correct?
Yes.
The letter says it's an invitation to appear before the Secretarial Committee on Justice, right?
Yes.
The governor gave an explanation as to why she could not honor the invitation. Are you aware of that letter?
Yes, it is on page.
An explanation that she could not attend the invitation because she was attending a meeting of the deputy governor, of the deputy president of Kenya.
Yes.
You are aware of that?
I'm aware of that.
And she asked that the appearance at the county assembly be rescheduled.
Yes, that was a request.
Was that request honored? To the best of your knowledge.
There was a rescheduling of the dates of the river to appear in the assembly.
Kindly show me where the rescheduling appears. Are you talking about the document appearing at page 413?
Of your documents?
Of our documents?
Yes.
Is that a second invitation to your best knowledge and understanding?
That was a summon.
That was a summon.
Yes.
So the governor's request for rescheduling of the appearance through an invitation was not even responded to.
It was responded through our summons now.
With the summons. So the governor tells you that she is attending another meeting in Nairobi for the deputy president, and she's asking for rescheduling, and what happens next is that she's summoned.
Yes, that is what happened.
Mr. Mawera, Do you appreciate the difference between an invitation and summons?
Summons are issued when we fail to honor invitation.
When you fail to honor invitation?
Yes.
Did the governor fail to honor the invitation?
I want to be refreshed on the letter that she sent to the assembly. That is what I'm asking my counsel.
Did the governor fail to honor the invitation? That is
Let me
the
refresh my mind by referring to the letter that she sent, explaining why she couldn't appear. Maybe we can proceed as we source for that letter.
I put it to you, Mr. Mawera, that the governor's request was to reschedule the meeting.
Yes.
What was the wisdom of summoning the governor with penal consequences after she had sought to be excused and for rescheduling? What was the wisdom? Mr. Mawera.
I'm trying to get the letter that the governor requested for rescheduling of the meeting.
Thank you. I only have 5 minutes, Mr. Mawera.
Sorry?
I only have 5 minutes, so kindly answer my question.
Okay.
What was the wisdom of issuing summons when the governor had made a valid request? First of all, Mr. Mawera, was it a valid request for the governor to seek for postponement and rescheduling?
Yes, it was valid.
In light of our programs?
Yes, it was valid.
It was valid.
Yes.
So normally, as a county assembly.
But why I'm insisting on getting the letter, I recall that the reason why the governor couldn't appear, she stated it's because the invitation letter had been sent in a short span of time.
Assuming that is even the reason, that the notice was short, isn't it then even a more valid reason why the governor should ask for a postponement?
No, because the governor was in Meru. If that would have been the reason.
Did the speaker communicate that fact, that the governor was not going to travel to Nairobi, that she would still be in Meru, and therefore forming the basis of the summons?
No.
Then, Mr. Mawera, if I put it to you that the summons were ill-advised and unwarranted, wouldn't you agree with me?
They were issued at the discretion of the Speaker of the County Assembly.
I'm asking a simple question. If I put it to you that the issuance of the summons was unwarranted in the circumstances, wouldn't I be right?
No.
Why?
Because if the governor was in Meru, there's no way she couldn't have found little time to come address matters of grave importance to the county of Meru.
Mr. Mawera, is there anywhere in our statutes where the offense of contempt of assembly is defined?
It's a requirement of the rule of law.
Simple question. Is there anywhere in our statutes where contempt of assembly is defined?
I beg my mind to be refreshed by the council because there is an act of the County Government, County Assembly Powers and Privileges Act.
That says,
in our volume 3, section 22, page 62, that is, it states, no public officer shall refuse to produce before a County Assembly or Lab Committee any paper of book record. Subsection 2, it also states,
Mr. Mawira, is there any offense known as contempt of assembly?
yes, the law is clear. County Assembly's Powers and Privileges Act, that is in our volume 3 of our documents. There's a whole part 5 explaining on invitation and summoning of witnesses to the County Assembly, and also the consequences.
And what are those consequences?
Section 22 states, subsection 3, where a County Assembly passes a resolution that a county public officer has contravened subsection 1, the resolution of the County Assembly shall constitute a ground for removal from office of the county public officer in accordance with the Constitution or any applicable law.
Mr. Mawira, you have confirmed that the warrants, the summons to the governor were not warranted in the circumstances.
I have not confirmed that.
Mr. Speaker, sir, thank you for the opportunity. I beg for just 20 more minutes. There is a crucial issue on IFMIS that I would like to touch on. It is a crucial issue that I would like to take the witness through.
I'll give you 10 minutes.
Thank you.
Father Speaker, straight to these proceedings.
I understand.
We'll have 2 more witnesses.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir. Mr. Mawira, you accuse the governor of embezzling funds through her relatives, and one of those relatives is Nefat Kenywa.
Yes.
We confirmed that Nefat Kenywa, rather there is no evidence to support the assertion that Nefat Kenywa is a relative to the governor. With that in mind, and we also with the fact that Nefat Kenywa works in the office of the deputy governor, let us go through the IFMIS report. At page 22, yes.
Honorable Speaker, I beg to inform that Nefat Kenywa is not currently working in the office of the deputy governor, but is the acting director for external linkages.
That is your evidence before this court, this Senate?
Yes, the evidence is adduced.
Thank you. I'm getting you a letter to confirm. Let's go to page 345 of our of our documents, 345, Governor's response. What is the date of that letter?
8th September 2022.
The title is Deployment.
Yes.
Of one Nefat Kenywa in the office of the governor as an administrator.
Yes.
That administrator is in the office of the deputy governor.
Yes. But on the contrary, Honorable Speaker, on page 347 of the same documents, there is a letter deploying the Nefat Kenywa as the director, in fact, the Directorate of External Partnerships to Affairs to perform the functions of the Office of the Director, External Partnerships, dated 9th March 2023.
That is the letter appearing at 347.
Yes.
It confirms that the position held by Mr. Nefat Nyaga is in an acting capacity?
Nefat Kinywa has been deployed.
Yes.
Redeployed.
Yes, at the Directorate of External Partnership Affairs to perform the functions of the Office of the Director, External Partnership.
Yes.
With immediate effect and awaiting recruitment of a substantive director.
Yes.
So you confirm that he was only acting in this position?
There is no that is indicated it's acting, but the letter reads.
Nevertheless, Mr. Mawera, because I am pressed for time, you have accused the governor of embezzling funds through Nefat Kinywa.
Yes.
I want to take you through your own document at page 22. Volume 2.
Yes, I'm there.
Are you there?
22.
There is a specific entry, voucher number 57552.
Page?
It's page 22 of your own document.
Yes, let's proceed.
Read for me the voucher number. That is your IFMIS extract attached to your documents.
Voucher number?
Number 57552. Can you see it?
Kindly guide me.
It is entry number 10.
7572.
It is entry number 10. Page 22. Entry number 10.
67, or it's 57589. Is it?
Entry number 10, Mr. Mawera, is invoice number 57552. The documents that appear first there.
57562.
Yes, entry number 10.
Yes, 57562.
Okay. That is a payment to Nefat Kinywa Meme, right?
Yes.
And the date of that payment is 15th of February 2023.
Yes.
The amount is 54,000.
Yes.
That is your document that you
Amount
relied
is
on.
84,000, sorry.
Pardon?
The amount is 84,000.
84, correct.
Yes.
That is your own extract.
Yes.
And you're saying the governor was used to embezzle funds through this specific payment. That was your evidence.
This part of the evidence adduced.
That is part of it.
Yes.
I want you to go to page 51 of our bundle of documents. Let's go straight to page 54 actually. Forget about 51. There is a letter there.
Yes.
That letter seeks for facilitation of the deputy governor to accompany, rather for a trip to Nairobi.
Yes.
From 7th to 9th February 2023.
Yes.
The next page is page 55.
Yes.
And it confirms payments were done. And there were people who received money.
Yes.
Courtesy of this request.
Yes.
Who was the first beneficiary of that payment?
His Excellency Isaac Mutuma.
The second?
Nefat Kinywa.
The third?
Francis Mukira.
Yes.
And Christopher Gitonga.
I want you to confirm that that payment had nothing to do with the governor. And that is the payment that was done on 15th of February 2023.
It had nothing to do with the personality of the governor, but it arose from the office of the governor.
But the beneficiaries and people who signed for that money are listed there.
They are listed.
Let's go to page 21 again.
Of which document?
Of the same document, your own document, page 21. you there?
Page 21.
Yes.
Yes, I'm there.
I'm looking at invoice number 66549. That is entry number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Entry number 14.
Voucher numbers
66649.
66649, yes.
Yes. Again, confirm the person who was paid money is one Nefat Kenywa Meme.
Yes, he's the one.
Let's go to page 58 of our response.
I'm there.
You confirm there is a voucher that bears the same number at the top.
Yes, 66649.
Thank you. And that invoice is supported by the letter at page 61.
By the letter on page
61 of the same document.
is a
Of our documents,
facilitation
of our documents, yes.
Facilitation for travel on 23rd December.
Who requests for facilitation?
Nefat Kenya.
On whose behalf is he making that request?
On behalf of the Chief of Staff, maybe.
Who are the beneficiaries of that facilitation?
Beneficiaries are Isaac Mutuma, Agri Litinyi,
Isaac
Daniel
Mutuma is the
Mugandi.
deputy governor, right?
Yes.
At the next page is a list of people who received that money
Yes.
and they signed against it.
The list that I have here is not signed against.
At 62,
Yes.
the names appear Isaac Mutuma,
They appear, but they have not signed against their names.
but you confirm that this is a list that was made in support of, or rather, as indicating the beneficiaries of this payment.
It indicates the beneficiaries, but I can't tell if it's in support because it's not signed.
I could go on, and let me pick just a few more. I only have 5 minutes. Again, let me go to page 27.
Page
27
of your document.
of your own document, page 27. Page 27.
I'm there.
Again, at entry number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There is voucher number 69719.
Yes.
Again, the payee is Nefat Kenywa Meme,
Yes.
receiving an amount there.
Yes.
Let's go to page 69. 67
bundle?
actually,
Of which bundle?
of our bundle.
Page.
67.
I'm there.
That is a request for facilitation.
Request for
Facilitation.
no. Page 67.
Yes.
It's request for something that is not visible. I think standing imprest or something. Yes, standing imprest.
Go to page 69. Confirm that the number of the voucher appearing there is the same number of the voucher where Nefat has been paid at page 27.
Page 27.
69.
The 69719 is the voucher number, but the voucher has not been signed by anyone at all.
But it is the same number.
It's the same.
At page 72
Yes.
is a letter requesting the deputy governor again to be facilitated.
Yes, there is the deputy governor traveling to Nairobi, Japan embassy facilitate.
At
Yes.
page 74 is a list of the people who are paid for on behalf of the deputy governor.
The list is there, but not accompanied by their signatures.
Mr. Mawira, because I have less than 3 minutes. When the deputy governor is traveling, or the governor, they do not receive facilitation money in their accounts, do they?
They do sometimes, other times they don't.
The other times that they do not, their PAs and administrators receive that money for their travels and facilitation.
Sorry?
The other times where the money is not deposited in the governor or deputy governor's account is an instance where that money is deposited in the account of their PA or the administrator.
Not necessarily it must be their PA or the administrator, but an officer designated.
Mr. Mawira, you are lying to the Senate. Let me refer you to page 350 of our document.
Of your document?
Yes. You made a Facebook post clarifying who receives money for facilitation for and behalf of the governor and the deputy governor. Are you there?
Yes, I can read the post.
I do not want to read because we are pressed for time. You confirm that there is nothing wrong with the governor's PA receiving money for a facilitation for a valid trip. Is that what you state in that Facebook?
I did that, but I also wrote a condition that all that person whose money has been channeled through their accounts need to do his account and surrender for the sums of money they receive.
Thank you very much. And that takes me to my last question. You talked about prepayments.
Yes.
You also understand that offices are run through imprest.
Yes.
Imprest are money given to an officer to
Yes.
utilize. And upon
Yes.
utilizing, they account for the same.
Yes.
So there is nothing wrong if an officer receives money as long as they
There is
account.
something wrong if you get that money and do not account and surrender for the same.
Thank you. Has there been any audit in respect of all the monies that were sent to the governor's PA or the deputy governor's PA to confirm that no supporting documents were surrendered?
You have
The
not
best of your
adduced, even though there was no audit, yourself, you have not adduced enough evidence to show that that money was accounted for.
Honorable Evans, it's not up to counsel to adduce an evidence. It is up to you. You brought your case here. You need to prove it.
We have done that, Honorable Speaker.
Have you brought any audit reports to suggest that those impressed were never surrendered with supporting documents?
No audit report.
Thank you. That's all for this witness, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Thank you. Now, counsel for the county assembly. Do you need to do any re-examination or you're comfortable? If you have to do re-examination, you have 10 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, it will be done by my learned friend, Mr. Boniface Mawira, and he will stick to the 10 minutes.
Honorable Speaker, my name is Mr. Mawira. Mr. Mawira.
Yes, Counsel.
I'll start with the very remarkable video that was played by the governor. In that video, where you've seen a cow being slaughtered, can we see the deputy governor in that video, or has a reference been made to the deputy governor in that video?
He is not to be found.
So can that video be attributed to the deputy governor?
No.
In your document, in your volume 2, from page 1 to page 29, you have annexed an infamous extract.
Yes.
The infamous extract is specifically from page 17 to 29, correct?
Yes, it is.
The infamous extract is for the office of the governor, That is the title.
Yes.
And the payment details are between 1st of July 2022 and 7th of July 2023. That is this year.
Yes, it is.
And it has a time stamp on the bottom left corner. It has a time stamp on the bottom left corner. Of
Yes,
which,
it has. Yes,
of
it
which
is.
specific
It
page?
has, sorry. It has.
It has.
Yes.
As the governor produced an alternate IFMIS extract, an alternative IFMIS extract.
None whatsoever.
Are the IFMIS receipts that are next to the governor's response from page 105? You can turn with me, Honorable Speaker, to page 105
Of which pardon?
of the governor's response. Are the IFMIS extract, the IFMIS payments, or rather they are called IFMIS receipts, that are next there too. Are they
Just a
extract?
minute, oh.
Okay. Oh, can you just confirm at page 105
Yes.
the IFMIS receipt that is provided by the governor? Does it have a timestamp?
It doesn't have any timestamp.
Does it say the office from which it emanates?
It doesn't state.
Does it state the duration?
It doesn't.
So which of these two IFMIS extract should we believe?
The one with the timestamp and the duration.
Okay. You've been referred by the Governor's Council to page 22 of our volume 2. That is the IFMIS extract. The voucher number I believe 57562. You can see it?
57562.
Yes.
Yes.
You can see it?
Yes.
What is the amount that is indicated on that voucher number?
84,000.
Yes.
Yes, 84,000.
Honorable Speaker, a moment, I get to that page. That voucher number is with respect to who? Or who was it issued to? Who was that voucher number issued to?
It was issued to Nefat Kenya.
To Nefat Kenya.
Meme.
Yes. And the Governor's Council has referred you to page 51 of their volume 2, correct?
Yes.
In fact, it is page 54 of their volume 2,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
Where we see this trip that was made around between 7th to 9th of February 2023, correct?
Yes.
Now turn to our volume 2, page 22, that specific voucher number 10. It is voucher number 57562.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
Does the amount, because I can see the amount there is 84,000.
4,000.
Does it correspond with the amount that is on page 55?
No, the amount on page 55 is 126,000.
So there is an anomaly there.
Yes, there is an anomaly.
Okay. Turn to page 57. As that voucher that is provided there been signed or examined by the relevant officers?
It has not been signed by the relevant
You
officer.
confirm it is still for Nefat Kenya?
Yes, it is for effort Kenya.
Is it examined?
No,
Is it signed?
no.
Okay. Turn to to page 58 of volume 2 of the governor's index. I'm sorry, Honorable Speaker. Page 58 of the governor's index. You've been referred to voucher number 66649.
Yes.
What is the difference between voucher number 66649 on page 58 and the one on page 57?
The one on page 58 has been signed by the examiner.
Yes.
It has been signed by the accountant.
Yes.
It has been signed by the AIE holder.
Yes.
And it has been signed by the director of accounts.
Yes.
The one on page 57 isn't signed by even a single officer.
Okay. So those are glaring differences.
Yes.
And we can also say for a fact that the vouchers appearing on those two separate pages have met all the specifications or all the requirements before the imprest is released.
Sorry, come again?
You cannot say for a fact that the work that the monies are represented by these two vouchers are regular, because one is signed by all the required officers, the other one is not signed.
I confirm.
And you can confirm that the IFMIS receipt that I've just shown to you that is annexed to the governor's response is just a MS Word table, a Microsoft Word table.
Yes.
No timestamp, no nothing.
It is not system generated.
Yes.
It is just a creation of computer.
And the governor has not produced an alternative IFMIS extract.
None whatsoever.
Okay. Have you in the impeachment motion stated the numbers of the motor vehicle registration numbers of the county government vehicles that are in the Makiri rally that are violent?
No, I have not indicated the number.
So you would agree then that the motor vehicle searches are not relevant because you've not made reference to a single motor vehicle registration number in the motion?
They are not relevant in this case.
Okay. Does the fact that you attended an Okolea rally provide a defense or sanitize the obvious irregularity or conflicting Okolea, which is a private charity, with official government functions and programs?
They can't.
Does the fact, okay, not the fact, does the allegation that you supported that Okolea rally, the 100,000, sanitize that irregularity?
It can regularize the wrongdoing of conflicting government resources and private charities.
Okay. You were shown on our volume 2, Honorable Speaker, that is our volume 2, pages 87.
Counsel, your time is up. One question and wind up.
Honorable Speaker, if you're kind indulgence, can I have 5 minutes? I have not more than 5 more questions to go.
Your time is up, Counsel. One question, you wind up.
Okay.
That gentleman may faint there. I mean, have mercy on Honorable Evans.
I'm guided accordingly, Honorable Speaker. You were pointed to a letter, the letter appearing on page 86 of our volume 2.
Yes.
That is the facilitation to travel,
Yes.
where the governor's name appears.
Yes, it appears.
Turn with me to page when is the letter on page 86 dated?
5th June 2023.
When is the letter on page 87 dated?
6th June 2023.
So the letter by the county secretary on page 87 of our volume 2 was written a day after the letter on page 86.
Yes.
And the governor is not listed on the people on the Meru County delegation that is traveling to China
I can confirm.
from that letter.
Yes.
So can it be said, or as the governor presented the identities of these people, who she said are part of the real technical team, her relatives being an advanced team, as she presented the identities of these people?
Sorry?
As the governor presented the identities of the people she says are the real technical team, her relatives being an advanced team, as the identities
this whole proceeding or this whole sitting and the hearing will be taking place to the Deputy Governor. His or her impeachment or removal from office, then there is usually a group of
reasons for believing that
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and honorable senators. My name is Mudhomi Vienkolu, an advocate and lead counsel for the County Assembly of Meru. I am assisted by Mr. Muvege Jacob Bwele, an advocate, Mr. Maranya Domiciano Mari, an advocate, Mr. Ngure Benson Kinywa, advocate, Mawira Boniface Mwereru, advocate, Faith Mutua, advocate, Muirigi Eric Murioki, advocate, Wanyenji Dennis Jeroge, advocate, and Mr. Kenson Mutethia, legal assistant. The witnesses that the Assembly proposes to call are Paul Mwaki Aremi, Dr. Gitonga Jeremiah Luruti, Honorable Mawira Evans Karia, MCA, Honorable Mugambi Redikiri Muruidhania, Member of the National Assembly for Bori constituency, Mr. Muroki Patrick Nkunga, who was the PA to the Deputy Governor. We propose to call Mr. Kaumbudu Paul Gikamati, and if and when we get there, Mr. Speaker, if we get your leave, any other witness that we may deem relevant, subject of course to your direction. We have brought the following MCAs as per your clerk's directions. The Honorable Dennis Kiogora, DMK, who is an MCA of the Meru County Assembly. Honorable Kiramana Aurelio Murangiri, who is an MCA, and Honorable Zipora Gaki Manyara, who is an MCA. We have 3 members of staff also present. Teresa Chokera, who is Senior Sergeant at Arms at the Meru County Assembly. Lidsi McKenna, who is the Deputy Director of Research at the Meru County Assembly. And Mr. Edward Murethi, who is the Chief Sergeant at Arms at the Meru County Assembly. That's the team from the County Assembly, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. I now similarly invite Counsel for the Governor to introduce the legal team representing the Governor and the Governor by stating the full name and the nation of each person.
Thank you so much, Honorable Speaker. My name is Elisha Ongoya, Counsel leading the team of the Governor. Other counsel appearing alongside me in this matter are Mr. Elias Mutuma, Counsel, Dr. Duncan Munabi Okubasu, Learned Counsel, Mr. Robert Mutembei, Learned Counsel, Ms. Brida Kimathi, Learned Counsel, Mr. Batista Muirigi, Learned Counsel, Mr. Anthony Mwenda, Learned Counsel, and Mr. Collins Mwenda, Learned Counsel. We are also supported by Mr. Branley Maingi, a legal assistant. The Governor, Her Excellency Honorable Kawira Mwangaza, is also present. In terms of the witnesses that the Governor's team shall call in this matter would be Her Excellency Honorable Kawira Mwangaza herself, Honorable Nicholas Kinywa Josephat, Mr. Arayaru Adrian, and Mr. Dixon Munene. And that is the list, Honorable Speaker.
Senator Faki, take your seat. On behalf of the Senate, I welcome the County Assembly's team, the Governor's team, members of the public and the media, to the Senate and to these proceedings today. I now invite the clerk to read the charges against the Honorable Kawira Mwangaza, the Governor of Meru County.
Order number 2, reading of the charges on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Kawira Mwangaza, Governor of Meru County.
The Honorable Kawira Mwangaza, Governor of Meru County, please take the stand. Honorable Kawira Mwangaza, the Governor of Meru County, the charges against you as received from the County Assembly of Meru are as follows, and I quote, Charge 1, misappropriation and misuse of county resources. The Governor has grossly violated, among others, Articles 10, 73, 201, 226, Clause 5, 227 and 232 of the Constitution, Sections 8, 12, 13, 1, 16, 17 and 35 of the Leadership and Integrity Act 2012, that is the Integrity Act, Sections 55 and 66 of the Public Procurement and Asset Disposal Act 2015, that is the Procurement Act, and Sections 45, subsection 2 and 46 of the Anti-Corruption and Economic Crimes Act, that is the Anti-Corruption Act, by engagement, connivance, and or complicity in the following. A, the embezzlement of county funds through the Governor's sisters, that is Rose Kinya Gwantai and Miriam Gwantai, brother, that is Kenneth Gwantai Murangiri, brother-in-law, that is Nefat Kinywa, and the nephew to the Governor's husband, that is Edwin Mutuma Murangiri, all of whom are from now on collectively referred to as the Governor's relatives. B, the withdrawal of county funds under the guise of payment for various supplies by the Governor's relatives, yet they, that is the Governor's relatives, are ineligible to tender for or supply any goods or services to the county government. C, paying full salary and benefits for more than a year to Dr. Ntoiti, that is CEO of County Revenue Board, Paul Mwaki, that is CEO of Liquor Board, Peter Kimathi Mbae, CEO of Meru Microfinance, and Joseph Kithure Mberia, CEO of MEWASS, while knowing that those officers were not rendering any services to the county. And D, the diversion and misuse of county resources, including funds and motor vehicles, to run the Governor's private charity, dubbed Okolea, despite a previous promise to the Senate in the previous impeachment proceedings to refrain from conflating official county operations and Okolea operations. Charge number 2, nepotism and related unethical practices. The particulars of this charge are as follows. The Governor has grossly violated, among others, 1, Articles 10, 232, 235 and 236 of the Constitution, 2, Sections 12, 17 and 24 of the Public Officer Ethics Act 2003, 3, Sections 13(1)(b), F, 13(1)(b) and F, Section 16 and 24 of the Leadership and Integrity Act 2012, and 4, Sections 55, 59, 59A, 60, 62, 63, 64 and 65 of the County Governments Act 2012. that is the County Governments Act, by engagement, connivance, and/or complicity in the following: A, fraudulently misrepresenting the governor's relatives as a technical team for purposes of travel to China to inspect and certify cancer treatment equipment, while knowing that the governor's relatives are not medical professionals. B, employing Edwin Mutuma Murangiri, who is a nephew to the governor's husband, as the CEO of Meru Youth Service, MYS, and the acting chief officer of the Department of Finance. C, the designation of Nefat Kinywa, who is the governor's brother-in-law, as the director of external linkages without transparent and competitive recruitment. And D, assigning diplomatic duties, namely engagements with foreign diplomats and dignitaries, to her unqualified sisters, namely Miriam Guantai, PA, and Ross Guantai, bodyguard. Charge number 3, bullying, vilification, and demeaning other leaders. The particulars of this charge are as follows. The governor has grossly violated, among others, 1, Articles 10, 19, 2, 28, 73, 75, and 179 of the Constitution. 2, Sections 9B, 19, and 24 of the Public Officer Ethics Act. 3, Sections 29 and 34 of the Leadership and Integrity Act. And 4, Sections 30, subsection 2 and 3C and D of the County Governments Act, by engagement, connivance, and/or complicity in, among others, the following: A, exclusion of the Deputy Governor from County Executive Committee meetings and other official functions. B, bullying, undermining, and posting insulting and demeaning messages about the Deputy Governor in a WhatsApp group styled Third Government 012, whose membership includes several officers who are subordinate to the Deputy Governor. C, encouraging and condoning insubordination and the making of insulting and demeaning public utterances by subordinate staff against the Deputy Governor and other elected leaders. D, bullying, undermining, and posting insulting and demeaning messages about the Deputy Governor in a WhatsApp group styled County Admin Services, whose membership includes several officers who are subordinate to the Deputy Governor. E, encouraging and condoning the removal of the Deputy Governor by junior officers from official county WhatsApp communication forums. F, arbitrary suspension, dismissal, withdrawal, and frustration of the staff of the Deputy Governor. G, illegally, irregularly, and fraudulently hounding the Deputy Governor's staff out of office by purporting to accept their non-existent resignations. H, arbitrary reduction, suspension, and withdrawal of budgetary facilitation for legitimate operations of the office of the Deputy Governor. I, threatening to inflict bodily harm against the Deputy Governor orally and in WhatsApp chats. J, forceful breaking, entry, and ransacking of the Deputy Governor's office. K, changing the locks of the Deputy Governor's office. L, arbitrary relocation of the Deputy Governor's office. M, arbitrary withdrawal of security from the Deputy Governor's residences. N, persistently making demeaning public utterances against other elected leaders despite the same issue featuring prominently in previous impeachment proceedings. Or making insightful, insulting, and demeaning remarks against other leaders by falsely accusing them of cartelism at a presidential Thanksgiving service held in Lare, despite this issue arising in previous impeachment proceedings. And P, encouraging, conniving, and condoning her husband's insulting and demeaning public utterances and musical performances against other elected leaders, despite this issue featuring in previous impeachment proceedings. Charge number 4, illegal appointments and usurpation of statutory powers. The particulars of this charge are as follows. The governor has grossly violated, among others, 1, Articles 10, 41, 201, 232, 235 and 236 of the Constitution. 2. Section 17 of the Public Officer Ethics Act. 3. Sections 45, 55, 59, 59A, 60, 62, 63, 64 and 65 of the County Governments Act. 4. Section 4 of the Public Appointments (County Assemblies Approval Act 2017. 5. Section 34, subsection 3 of the Public Service Commission Act 2017. 6. Section 9, subsection 2 of the Meru County Revenue Board Act 2014. 7. Section 4, subsection 2 of the Meru County Alcoholic Drinks Control Act 2014. 8. Section 11, subsection 2 of the Meru County Microfinance Corporation Act 2014. And 9. Section 18, subsection 2 of the Meru County Water and Sanitation Services Act 2014, by engagement, connivance, and/or complicity in, among others, the following: A. Appointing Kenneth Mwiti Riungu as a chief officer without county assembly approval. B. Sending Dr. Ntoiti, CEO of County Revenue Board, Paul Mwaki, who is the CEO of Liquor Board, Kenneth Kimathi Mbae, the Managing Director of Meru Microfinance Corporation, and Joseph Kithure Mberia, the CEO of MEWASS, on indefinite compulsory leave with full salary and benefits in the usurpation of the powers of the appointing authorities under the relevant Meru County laws. C. Deploying other persons in breach of a court order to perform the functions of the persons alluded to in subparagraph C above. D. Appointing unqualified persons, namely Edwin Mutuma Morangiri, Kenneth Mwiti Riungu, and Gitobu Nkanata, as acting chief officers without the requisite competitive recruitment and recommendation of the County Public Service Board. E. Disregarding the criteria for the establishment of offices within the County Public Service by recruiting traffic marshals without the involvement of the County Public Service Board. F. Usurping the powers of the County Public Service Board by creating offices of the traffic marshals, which is the sole preserve of the County Public Service Board. G. Employing a bloated workforce, more than 100 personal staff in the office of the governor. H. Irregularly designating and paying various cleaners as senior support staff while having 16 support staff. And I. Appointing the following persons to hold county offices in an acting capacity for more than 6 months. 1. Monica Kagwima, Chief Officer Youth. 2. Koome Muthuri, Director Health Services. 3. Francis Mungai, CEO County Revenue Board. And 4. Silas Mbaabu Muguna, CEO Liquor Board. Charge number 5, contempt of court. The particulars of this charge are as follows. The governor has grossly violated, among others, Articles 10 and 73 of the Constitution, 2. Section 7 of the Leadership and Integrity Act, and 3. Section 10 of the Public Officer Ethics Act, by connivance and/or complicity in a contumacious, stubborn refusal to obey lawful court orders. 6. Charge 6, this is charge number 6, illegally naming a public road after her husband. The particulars of this charge are as follows. The governor has grossly violated, among others, 1. Articles 10 and 73 of the Constitution, 2. Section 7 and 11, subsection 1C of the Meru Honors and Awards Act 2018, by naming a public road after her husband without following the applicable statutory procedures. Charge number 7, contempt of the Assembly. The particulars of this charge are as follows. The governor has grossly violated, among others, 1. Articles 10, 174, paragraph I, 185, clause 3, and 195 of the Constitution. Section 39 of the County Governments Act 2012, and 3, Sections 18, 22, and 27 of the County Assemblies Powers and Privileges Act 2017 by engagement, connivance, and/or complicity in the following: A, refusal to honor lawful summons to appear before the Assembly's Sectoral Committee on Justice, Legal Affairs, and Cohesion to answer questions on the matters raised in the preceding parts of this impeachment motion; and B, directing her Chief of Staff and accomplice and lackey in malfeasance to write a contemptuous letter to the Assembly in response to lawful summons to appear before the Assembly's Sectoral Committee on Justice, Legal Affairs, and Cohesion; and C, in the refusal by her CECM, Finance, and County Secretary to furnish documents to the Assembly on the frivolous grounds that 1, an inchoate audit process was underway, and 2, the matters raised by the Assembly were sub judice, the latter frivolous ground being also disingenuous and contrived when viewed against the fact that the Governor has already been convicted of contempt of court. The Honorable Kawera Mwangaza, how do you plead to the 7 charges? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Thank you. You may proceed to take your seat, Honorable Governor. Next is the opening statement on behalf of the County Assembly. Counsel, you have exactly 30 minutes. Anything said after 30 minutes will be off record and may not be useful to your client.
Order number 3, hearing and determination of the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Kawera Mwangaza, the Governor of Meru County.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker and Honorable Senators. I'll be sharing the 30 minutes with my learned friend, Mr. Marius Maranya. In summary, Mr. Speaker and Honorable Senators, the impeachment motion before you is the third one in barely a year presented before the Assembly against the Honorable Governor Kawera Mwangaza. The first impeachment motion was presented before the Assembly on 22nd of November 2022. It did not reach the Senate because the High Court issued an order preventing the MCAs from debating it. The second one was filed on the 5th of December and it was brought before this Assembly. It contained, Mr. Speaker, 62 charges of nepotism, illegal appointments, usurpation of the constitutional and statutory functions of county organs. It contained allegations on incitement, bullying, and vilification of other leaders, a matter now still before you. It revolved around disrespect to the Assembly through forceful entry and mobilization of riots against the Assembly, a matter now before you in different particulars. It involved violation of public finance management laws. Again, a matter before you, only the facts have changed, the fundamental problem remaining. And then, of course, that motion came here and it did not succeed. Notably, Mr. Speaker, when we came, the Governor took the posture of an innocent and vulnerable victim of toxic masculinity, harmful patriarchy, gender stereotyping, gender discrimination, and political machinations. And in short, the Governor took the posture that if something went wrong in Meru, as we submit, something has been terribly wrong in Meru for a year now and counting, our defense was, it wasn't me. It reminded us of Shaggy's song, Mr. Speaker. in which a young man is caught engaging in some hanky-panky, and even though he recorded on camera, he is caught in with all the evidence, a singular response through and through, it wasn't me. After we moved from this Senate, Mr. Speaker and honorable senators, even though the Senate dismissed the charges, it gave the governor many pieces of free advice, free lessons on how to run the county. And after we left here, there was a brief honeymoon of peace in Meru, lasting only a few weeks. This honeymoon was characterized by courtesy calls by various leaders pledging in public to support the governor and promises by the governor that she would turn over a new leaf and Meru would be lastly peaceful and orderly and run in accordance with the Constitution. When we came here, Mr. Speaker, I recall prefacing our presentation about, or rather with the story of a leader in Europe who that time we were telling you had waged wars on all four directions of the campus, north, south, east, and west. On each direction, this leader was at war with another country and another civilization for no good reason. Today, Mr. Speaker, we want to preface the motion before you with yet another allegory from Europe about the tragedy of a man from Russia called Kondraty Rylev. This was a multi-talented Russian citizen who was a poet, publisher, oralist, military officer. He was the embodiment of all the nice things a single man can achieve in a single lifetime. He was implicated in a treasonable act called the Decembrist Uprising of 1825 in Russia, which sought to depose the Russian monarch. Those days the monarchs were called Tsars, from office. And after he was convicted of this offense, he was sentenced to public execution by quartering. This is a method of execution, Mr. Speaker, that involved tying the four limbs to a horse, and the horse is being driven in different directions, or cutting the body in four pieces and exposing the bowels and whatnot. Pleas were made to Sir Nicholas, who was the monarch, that this was too macabre a method of execution, and even though the sentence could not be vacated, the king was implored to impose a more humane way of execution, and the king agreed that Kondraty Rylev could be executed by hanging, which I think is the method in our laws for executing people. On the day of execution, and in those days, Mr. Speaker, executions were done in public stadiums like Nyayo Stadium, full of people and spectators. So on the day of execution, this gentleman is led to the gallows, the crowds watching in the full stadium, and as he fell, you know, you're supposed to fall so that your neck breaks and you die, the rope broke and Kondraty Rylev fell to the ground, and after a few seconds of dizziness, he dusted himself and addressed the gathering, telling the crowd, you see, in Russia, they don't know how to do anything properly. They don't even know how to make a rope. We are submitting, Mr. Speaker and honorable senators, that by the governor persisting in the very series of misconduct that brought us here 1 year ago, the only change being the particulars, she's actually telling you that you see in Kenya, the Senate doesn't know how to do anything properly, not even how to impeach a rogue governor. Anyway, after this guy fell to the ground, in Russia then this was considered a message from the gods, that the gods did not intend the prisoner to be executed, and the king was allowed to grant a pardon if this type of miracle happened. So, a messenger was sent on horseback to the monarch in a large white horse to tell him about this miracle and request the monarch, as was the custom in Russia, to sign the pardon. And indeed, the monarch began drafting the pardon, and just as he was about to sign it, he asked the messenger, by the way, did Raelev say anything when this miracle of breaking of the rope in a public hanging occurred? And of course, the messenger told the king, yes, he said in Russia, they don't know how to do anything, not even how to make a rope. And the monarch said, in that case, let us prove the contrary. The monarch tore the pardon and directed that the execution be repeated the following day, and this time the rope did not break, marking the end of the sad story of Kodraty Raelev, a Russian poet, singer, military officer, and many other things. Why do we say this story, Mr. Speaker? We will be presenting evidence before you, and even as the charges were read, you heard several times the clerk saying this issue was alive in the previous proceedings. What happened? The governor, after the brief few weeks of camaraderie, adopted a defiant stance in which she held, and she has it even in her own evidence, several public rallies defiantly telling whoever came to listen, kaende, kaende, kabati, kabati. Kaende, kaende, Mr. Speaker, is Sheng, is Nairobi slang for I don't care, whatever will be, I'll do what I do. In Swahili they say, na liwe liwalo. That is the meaning of kaende, kaende. And we'll be showing you how, throughout the last 1 year, even after the graceful lessons from Senator Tobiko, I recall, from the other senators, the governor's mantra in persisting on this series of misconduct is, I don't care, whatever will be, will be. Kyusera, Kyusera, whatever will be. She doesn't care about the consequences, the future, and whatnot. That is how, Mr. Speaker, we have come before you with a motion arranged under 7 thematic counts, setting out that 9 specific forms of gross violations of the law and the Constitution, and which, in our humble submission, are conduct and becoming of any leader. Mr. Speaker, we expect, and it will happen, although I'm not a prophet, just like last time, the governor will appear on this podium taking the posture of an innocent and vulnerable victim of toxic masculinity, harmful patriarchy, gender stereotyping, political schemes. That's what our response tells you. It is back to, it wasn't me, by Shaggy. And the governor, if you want to confirm it, at page 2 of our response, she tells you this motion will not be here. It is a scheme by our deputy who is power hungry to take the governorship through the back door. She tells you it is the Jurincheke. She tells you if our own officials, our own secretary, our own chief of staff has done anything wrong, even the things she acknowledged, she said they bear their own responsibility. It wasn't me. In short, she will come to you looking as meek as a lamb. But luckily we have lived through the experience, Mr. Speaker. Our message to the Senate is if you acquit her this time, she will walk out this door and it will be kaende, kaende, Kyusera, Kyusera. Whatever will be, I don't care, na liwe liwalo, and Meru will be back to the perpetual, endless crisis that it has been engulfed it for a year. We will be showing you that the governor has made several admissions before the county assembly. What we find strange is that now in our response to you, she produces documents she failed to produce before the assembly. We will be able to show you beyond any shadow of doubt that those documents are forgeries. And in conclusion, so that my learned colleague will take the remaining bit, just like last time, Chair, we're telling you not to fall for the rules. If you see humble, meek, polite-looking governor, it is because the occasion of the day requires that look meek, humble, vulnerable, and whatnot. But if you make the mistake this time round, it will be Q sera sera, whatever will be. I don't care. Kaende kaende. That is what you do. And for those reasons, for purposes of my part, Chair, we are asking you to borrow from Nicholas I of Russia in 1825, 1826, to prove that the Senate of the Republic of Kenya can actually do things properly by impeaching a rogue governor. I led the floor to my learned colleague, Mr. Mari Maranya.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, Honorable members of the Senate. My name is Marius Maranya. And Honorable Speaker, for the interest of time, allow me to jump right into it. I will start by setting out the mandate of the Senate, as has been clearly set out previously by Apex Court, the Court of Appeal in the case of Wambora's case, as well as the Supreme Court in the Sonko's case, did set the mandate of this House as clear as their role is to investigate and confirm that there exists sufficient evidence to substantiate the allegation made against the governor. Therefore, the Supreme Court noted that the Senate does not sit as an appellate forum. Theirs is a single role, that is to investigate and confirm that the allegation, as well as the evidence that have been adduced by the Senate, is substantiated. We have gone ahead, Honorable Speaker, to state that impeachment proceedings are not in the nature of criminal proceedings. They are not proceedings to establish culpability or criminal culpability against the governor. However, they have stated, the court has stated, that the impeachment proceedings is all about accountability. It's all about political responsibility. It's all about political governance. And as a result of that, they have set the standard of proof. Unlike in criminal cases where the standard of proof is beyond reasonable doubt, the proceedings of impeachment, it is not required to prove beyond reasonable doubt. Indeed, the Senate went ahead and stated that the proof is way below the standard of, way below that of a balance, beyond reasonable doubt, but slightly above that of a balance of probability. In the fullness of time, Honorable Speaker, Honorable members, we shall produce evidence upon your leave to call evidence that to prove that the governor has failed or breached the political responsibility. She is in breach of political accountability. She is in breach of accountability, and she is in breach of political governance in a manner that warrants her impeachment. We shall again demonstrate to this Honorable House that the conduct of the governor over time, over the 1 year she has been in office, has not been beyond reproach as is required. The conduct of a state officer should be beyond reproach. Indeed, it's likened to that of a sister's wife. But instead, or to the contrary, the governor has behaved in a manner that has been construed by this House as well as the court to amount to an impeachable conduct. We shall demonstrate that one upon the opportune time, Honorable Speaker, when we shall be required to call evidence and adduce, to call witnesses as well as adduce evidence. We shall demonstrate, Honorable Speaker, that the governor, a once a pedigree person, has disastrously turned tragic and has been likened in Meru County to King Saul. We shall demonstrate that the relationship between the governor and the people of Meru, the relationship between the governor and the leaders of Meru, both elected and political and non-political, our relationship with women organizations in Meru, our relationship with all actors, including the informal government called Jeke and all other leaders, including our deputy, has irretrievably broken down. And that therefore, there exist irreconcilable differences between the governor and everybody, all actors within Meru. We shall demonstrate that one clearly, Honorable Speaker, when we will have a chance to adduce evidence. We shall also demonstrate to you in the fullness of time how the governor has placed the county resources that is appropriated by this Honorable House to Meru County has been placed under the custody or under the domain of our relatives, and that is a relative with very close blood consanguinity, that is sister, brother, for one reason, Honorable Speaker, to plunder it. To plunder it. We shall demonstrate how Meru County having a very high prevalence of cancer, and it is even said that we top in the entire world, not even in the country, which has been prevalent for quite a long time. Meru has been leading in cancer, and when the county got an opportunity from an international well-wisher that please send us a group of technical persons, technical in terms of cancer treatment, to come and benchmark with us for purpose to come and inspect the cancer treatment machines for purposes of equipping Meru Cancer Treatment Center. The governor was audacious enough to get clearance from the Minister of Devolution, and you'll be surprised that instead of getting for the oncologist, the radiologist within Meru, serving the cancer center in Meru, was audacious enough to put into the flight her sister, her brother, and her brother-in-law to go and for 2 weeks in China to go and be frolic of themselves. There's an opportunity that we lost as a county. It's an opportunity that we lost to equip the only cancer center that we have in Meru. We shall demonstrate that one at the opportune time. And the letter that was sent to that is not even shocking enough, the letter that was sent to the Minister of Devolution as well as to the Chinese embassy is that the following persons, a clear case of misrepresentation, are technical person matters of cancer. Yet, most of them, their education qualification cannot be accounted for. And the most educated in that team of sisters and brothers was one holding a diploma in pharmaceutical technology. That is an assistant to a pharmacist. Even a pharmacist is not qualified in that one. And remember, this is done while living out qualified oncologists, qualified radiologists, and all manner of experts in relation to cancer treatment. We shall demonstrate to you at the opportune time how the governor has employed 8 extra chief officers without an approval of the county assembly at all. It's like the president appointing a minister and do not subject him to the National Assembly for approval. These chief officers, most of them are completely unqualified. They don't even have the minimum requirements, the minimum academic requirement. We shall demonstrate when you'll be asked to call, allowed to call evidence, our governor has used our Kolea program to swindle government money. To swindle government money. We shall demonstrate at the opportune time how government vehicles have been staged to pursue the Kolea programs, which is a program not meant to help people, but to vilify leaders and other persons who are assumed not to be, to be raising any issue. We shall demonstrate at the opportune time how the governor has used her sister and her brother to swindle the government money to the tune of, just a cursory look at it, 78 million shillings going to an individual in the name of prepayments. Prepayments. Where a sister would owe 8 imprest in 1 day. In 1 day, 8 imprest in 1 day. We shall demonstrate that one when we'll be required to call evidence. We shall also urge you, Honorable Speaker, that the governor in front of you is not the first-time offender. He's not a first offender, and indeed she's a repeat offender who does not require or does not deserve the favors of this court. Honorable Speaker, I will also reiterate the role of Senate as far as devolution is concerned. Honorable Senate, you spent a whole lot of time to pass budgets for the interest of county, for the interest of devolution, only for it to be placed under the at the disposal of sisters or relative for purposes of bladder. This, you have a sword. You are the custodian of devolution. You have the sword, and you can't sit lying down for long. You have you spare the rod, and the child will be spoiled. We shall be asking you to please crack the whip against the governor for the interest of Meru. We will be faced with two competing interests. One, devolution to work in Meru for the interest of Meru, and number two, to help the governor save her private job. Good thing is that will be public interest. You'll be confronted with the public interest against a private interest. Kindly save the governor, save the Meru at the expense of saving the governor. My apologies, yeah. my apologies. So save the Meru, save the entire people of Meru, and not the Honorable Speaker, at the opportune time, we shall demonstrate that the center cannot hold anymore. And we'll be urging you to save the members of the County Assembly that back and forth, to and from the Senate, to and from the assemblies. If someone has been brought here barely 10 months ago, there must be an issue. It is not just in vain, it is a result where the center is not able to hold anymore. We shall demonstrate how the governor has completely violated a court order, completely. With a lot of, just like she contempted against this Senate by completely making a mockery of their advisory by Honorable. For Aulia, sorry, I'm reminded it's for Aulia. The way the governor has completely usurped the county public service board, we'll give you an example where the governor advertised for 3 officers in her office, that is her personal public communication officer 1 and 2, and the governor shortlisted 17 for purposes of recruiting 3, and out of 17, the governor only recruited 1. Out of 17 who applied, instead of recruiting 3, the governor recruited 6. And what surprises me, and should also surprise the Senate, is that out of the 3 that were recruited, only 1 was in the shortlist. Only 1 in the shortlist. The other 5 were not in the shortlist, and they were not even applicants. We shall demonstrate this one. Honorable Speaker, I have had a cursory look at our defense, which she has only attempted to, in the misappropriation of funds, the governor has only attempted to prove by submitting imprest in relation to only, instead of accounting for 78 million, she has only accounted for 2.3 million. And if you look at the 2.3 million, the documents that have been used, that is the work ticket as well as the voucher, 99% of them are not signed by the examiner, are not signed by the director of accounts, and therefore they have been prepared hurriedly for purposes of your consumption. We shall demonstrate to you how a certain work ticket, how one work ticket has been used to account for 17 imprests. It has been used 17 times with the same registration number, the same serial number, has been used 17 times. And when we called upon to call evidence, we shall demonstrate that one clearly. We shall demonstrate to you also how even the document, the work tickets that have been used, do not follow that natural chronology. Do not follow natural chronology to the extent that it is indicated that the governor on the 7th of October went to Nairobi. The next which follows is 10th of October. And the next that follows, you find it is 4th of April, a year after. You start wondering whether the governor was able to return, the whole access back to some months ago. That is clearly a demonstration of forgery. You look at our document, you'll be surprised that she has zero defense. What she has is just a mere counterclaim. You are asked, why did you steal this government money? Oh, you say during check. Why did you steal this one? Oh, Honorable Poro Abodi. You asked, why did you use up the powers of the county assembly, oh, the deputy speaker. You ask this one, oh, that. Instead of clearly saying, I have not done this, and this is the evidence to that effect. To that effect. We shall demonstrate. I remember I was taught by the Honorable Senator Professor.
That's wrong. The question we'll be asking is, how do you tie that to the governor? So of all these claims, we shall be demonstrating to you that there's a failure to show the causal link between the case presented before you and the person presented before you for removal from office. The fourth category of matters will be what you call, my learned colleague gave me these words,